This is the Glass Cannon Network.
Welcome, scoundrels, to the haunted city of Doskvol, and welcome back to the Glass Cannon and Haunted City, where we play Blades in the Dark, the incredible tabletop RPG by John Harper and Evil Hat. And I have my scoundrels with me, my crew of scoundrels. They are shadows without a point of prowl. They've really been interesting to watch so far. Please welcome our incredible actor players, Ross Bryant, Josephine McAdam, and Salim. What's up, guys?
What's up?
Hi.
Doing good.
I was looking at our last episode, kind of where we left it. We did downtime, and Selyak, that's the character played by Ross, tried to heal himself, did not get fully healed. Abu's character, Valkos, just decided to keep training and didn't really remove any stress.
I don't know what I was thinking there. I think I was just playing a Rocky film in my head, but...
Well, I thought it was awesome, actually. I mean, we talked about the choice at the time, but then you guys did some information gathering maneuvers that ended up accruing for, at least for Valkos, more stress. Yeah. So today we're going into a score. And the crew is hurting. And this is the interesting thing about Blades in the Dark is sometimes you go into a score and you're not at 100%. You're not at optimal operating capacity. Are you guys feeling nervous today? How are you feeling about robbing a bank today?
Well, now, geez.
I mean, you know what? I've taken this Buddhist approach of just, accepting what happens and going with the flow. So if I have to re-roll a character, maybe that will happen. And I'll just have to create another character called Salkos.
I would always love that when you had some players that if their D&D character would die, they would just create a new one, and it's the same guy but with a mustache,
It's his twin. Yeah. But yeah, no risk, no reward, right? Let's do a little smash and grab. Really on our back foot and stressed out and injured.
Yeah, we got this.
Go wrong.
We got this.
Yeah.
Very good. Well, then let me give my intro to Blades in the Dark and do a little recap to jog everybody's memory. First, my intro. 1,000 years ago, this was a land of beauty and magic. Then came the cataclysm that ripped open the gates to the land of the dead and blotted out the sun. The city of Doskvol is a metropolis of refineries, factories, tenements that is protected by a ring of miraculous lightning towers that keep out the legions of the dead. Inside the city is a wretched hive of scum and villainy. These characters are part of that scum and villainy. The sun is gone. The only thing that shines in Doskvol are the blades in the dark. And the crew that we are working with here are called the Remnant. They are a crew of shadows. That means they steal, they sabotage, and they spy. Those are the three main things that shadows do. They, as you might imagine, excel at hiding in the shadows. And last time, Quellen, a witch, that's Selyak's contact, put you in touch with a dead man that wants his property returned to him. Camelin Savoy, not his real name, is one of the reconciled, a spirit that has possessed a human body, and he wanted you to retrieve contents of a safety deposit box at Saltford's Bank down by the docks. Saltford's is a private bank that caters to, I guess, underworld types or, mercenaries, people that would have business down at the docks, put their money into Saltford's. The bank is known for hanging would-be robbers from lampposts outside of its edifice. You guys cased the bank and noticed that every worker, including the tellers, is big and intimidating and could double as a guard. Those guards, those workers appeared to notice Selyak when Selyak kind of did a little bit of casing of the joint, and they definitely noticed Valkos, who got into a brawl with 5 or 6 of them.
Yo.
Hey, that's what I do.
So remember, like you can play it really smart. You can use your flashbacks. Although, as I mentioned earlier, our team is a little bit hurt. There's a little bit of disability here. So Valkos only has 3 stress boxes left before he's full stress. Valkos, when you're full stress, your character is taken out of the game and you receive a trauma. So you want to be careful of that.
Okay. So full stress would mean that if I get to 3, right? Like 3 more.
If you get 3 more, yeah, you will be taken out of the game and you will receive a trauma, which is, not ideal. And then Selyak, our whisper, Selyak, what's your current situation?
I tried to heal myself by going to the highly accredited apothecary MD Sawtooth. Yes. Healthcare in Doskvol is maybe what I'm used to in the United States of America, which is a little rocky at times, and so I'm not fully healed up from having given myself a self-inflicted stigmata to summon a demon. Tale as old as time, but I'm also. Selyak is also spirit burned from bringing electroplasm, into the ghost field, and having some supernatural blowback. So he is currently working at a dice deficit for anything that he attempts, I believe, because he's injured.
That's really rough. So you guys need to think very carefully about your approach and about your, the way you go about this score, because it's going to be very tough for Selyak to help out. Yeah. So Selyak, you don't have the -1 die. Both of those level 2 harms need to be filled for that to happen.
Oh, great!
But you do have less effect on everything because of the stigmata. Okay.
That's okay.
Yeah.
That's okay. Josephine's character, Juliette, the widow Belrose, you are doing great. You have 2 stress, and you have no harm, so you're in a good place. Let's.
I feel like we should talk about how our crew, though, still has 5 heat on it.
Oh yeah. Huh? Yeah, you guys accrued so much heat.
Yeah, I only got rid of 1. I can only do 1.
Mm-hmm.
That's a shame.
You guys in your first score created so much heat that you got pretty close to a wanted level, really. But then you used some downtime activities to decrease the heat a little bit. So
crap.
Yeah. Once you get a wanted level. And now you're robbing a bank. Now you're robbing a bank for a ghost.
I feel like I wake up and I'm like, what are we doing?
Right. Sometimes there's a little gap between episodes, and that's why I have to kind of recap these things. And it's always fun to see the surprise on Abu's face as he remembers what is going on. Okay, so I will remind you of some details you found out in your information gathering errands. You found out that there's a dormitory attached to Saltford's bank that seems to be the least guarded point of entry, although it is guarded.
Right.
There are workers in the bank. A lot of them seem to be related. I don't know if that's useful in any way. I will say the guards know Valkos's face for sure, and they kind of arched an eyebrow at Selyak when he was inside of the bank. So the safe deposit boxes are accessed by a key that people have on a lanyard. Usually, the box is brought out from the vault and placed before the client in a private area. But the private area isn't. It's not like a closed room. It's like a little table out in the main lobby kind of area.
Oh, it's in the. Wait, you open your security box in the main lobby?
Well, you have a table to yourself, but yes.
Oh, that's interesting.
Oh, I thought it was a separate room.
Room, yeah. It's
Let me look at my notes. You're right. It's a separate room. It's a separate room. Look, guys, I'm not making this up as I go along. There's a little room. I'm realizing that the rules of safety deposit boxes always work where you have a private room for it, right? Because you might be taking out something embarrassing.
Yeah,
you know?
yeah.
Yeah. Okay. So you have a little table in a private room, but I'm gonna rule it's an extremely small room. Like it's really big enough to hold that table.
Cool.
Maybe 1 or 2 people, and that's it. Okay. So it's time for us to choose our approach and our detail. And if you recall, the approaches are basically the general way you're going to go about this score. Assault, deception, stealth, occult, that worked out well last time, social, and transport.
Now, here's where I have a idea. But I realize that Blades in the Dark is so much about like the retroactive planning of the flashback. But is it kind of working against the grain of this game to pitch a short idea at this moment?
No, don't let the game mess with your gameplay too much. Go ahead, pitch your idea and what you're because it might be the detail and the approach that you're pitching right now.
And other people I'm sure have ideas too, but this might be nuts, but I was thinking we've got a craftsperson with us. What if, we have someone who's known to the security?
Yeah.
Maybe we could use both of these to our advantage. If the widow went to retrieve the box and just posed as its owner, but had manufactured an identical box that she could swap for the one that we take out. So they take back the decoy. She leaves with the real one. How does this work?
I'm going to pretend to be a dead man because they know that the person's deceased. I thought that was the whole problem, right?
You could be the representative of that person, the executrix of their estate.
If you have the key,
all you need is the key, which we don't have.
We don't have.
Hence,
I'm sure I can figure that out. We need
to work on it elsewhere, which is why I'd like to just steal the whole box.
So are you suggesting a deception approach?
Yeah.
Deception, and then it wants to, the method of deception, it sounds like the method of deception is creating these items that you can switch out.
Mm-hmm. What about, hear me out, guys.
Yes.
They hang people from the posts, right?
Right.
Yeah.
What if we brought them back to life?
That would, of course, create a distraction to the people inside. Huh? We also have someone who is known to them, and if they showed up, would probably create a distraction also.
You know, I'm shocked they're allowed to hang those bodies, actually, now that you've said it.
And what I can do, right, is I can, get myself, fully armored and beefed up, right, and be like, and then suddenly these bodies are wriggling, and you know what I mean, and then they're gonna be like, what the hell, and then you just go in and take the box.
That last sentence feels a little loaded. Then you just go in and take the box.
I don't think these two plans are. I don't think this is an either or. We're in the blue sky phase. Everything goes on the whiteboard. This is a both and. While our subtle artificer makes good her escape with the box, we can be out causing chaos outside to draw the guards away from the safe deposit box.
I mean,
room.
How do I get stressed? By the way, Jared, how do I get stressed?
Yeah, you take stress when you push yourself, when you lead a group action. There's a lot of ways to take stress. They're usually, you do a resistance roll. So, for example, if I told you that a guard was about to knock you out with his bat, you could say, actually, I'm going to resist that consequence. And you would roll and you would take stress instead of the harm that I would be giving you.
Interesting. Okay. And is it like other D&D in regards to do they if let's say I do have heavy armor and they hit me with a bat, do they have to pass a check there?
Basically, you can say I'm sacrificing my armor in lieu of a resistance roll in order to ignore the harm that is coming to me.
Fantastic.
So even though you are high stress, you do have options, right? You do have options to keep yourself from getting hurt, or you can just take harm instead of stress. You know, you could be, because I think you have 0 harm, Valko. So you could just get beat up and not take stress. You know, you could.
I mean, I am more than happy to be the distraction because they all know me and they've seen what I can do, right? I've beaten 5 of them up in a fight when I asked for a job. So I could literally be like, you're going to need more than that. And then we could, we can put them under stress when the switcheroos are happening, you see?
You don't think they're going to shut down everything inside when there's ghosts coming to life on their lampposts?
Business is business, guys. Come on.
They might, but in that split second of distraction, the exchange can be made.
I will, yes, everything will go smoothly on my end inside, I'm sure, without a hitch. Okay, yes, fine.
So
if there's another idea, I'm happy to hear it, and it may, although maybe, I feel like one wrinkle to this is bringing a safe deposit box in subtly.
It's okay.
Well, this is a really interesting plan. I love it. Let's start the score. Flashbacks will need to be used to pull some of this off.
For sure.
Because we didn't have a downtime activity where the widow decided to sit and craft this stuff. It will have to be done.
Could I ask a question about sort of just where things happen? So, for example, right, we're going to get loadouts. I will take items. I've got items on me. As far as like, what if I wanted to give something of mine to another player?
Interesting. I think that's absolutely allowed. I mean, if you have the opportunity, right? And speaking of loadout, let's go ahead and pick our loadouts team. What are each of you taking in terms of loadout?
Oh, I'm gonna be heavy.
What are the numbers again? I don't see numbers on mine anymore for some reason.
Well, 6 if you're heavy loadout, and then I believe it's 3 if you're normal, light. 5 is normal and 3 is light.
Normal. Okay, and normal is like we're not drawing attention, are we?
No. Normal, you wouldn't be obviously covered in equipment, but if someone looked for it, they'd find it.
Maybe I need to go light, considering what I'm doing.
Yeah, perhaps. You might, because light means even in a search, you could maybe evade the notice that you have things.
So I'll go light.
And I'll go normal.
Okay, great. And now we are going to do our engagement roll, and that will let us know exactly where we start, okay? So I'm going to give you 1 die to start, and then you get 1 die for every advantage that you have. I'm going to go ahead and say that using your crafting like that and making the things that you need, that's pretty smart. I'm giving you a die for that. I'm also giving you a die for deciding that the guy that's already been outed by the guards, the guy whose face they remember, using him as the distraction makes a lot of sense. So that's 3 dice for your engagement roll. But guys, this place is so tough and so scary that I'm taking a die away. Honestly. That sounds arbitrary, but really, no. I mean, there's a bunch of robbers hanging from the lampposts outside. Yeah, it's a fortress, and it's just filled with big, burly men who want to hurt you if you try to mess with the contents of this bank. So here we go. I'm rolling 2 dice for your engagement roll. Wish yourselves luck. By the way, I'm using these amazing Norse Foundry dice, created by the Norse Foundry. Big, heavy, chonky metal dice. Here we go. All right, I rolled a 1 and a 4. So that means you are in a risky position to start.
I think we knew that, right?
Yeah, and my risky position to start, I think that means standard. That means you are already in a risky position even trying this. So I'm going to set the scene. Selyak and my friend Valkos are around the corner. And the widow, Juliette Belleros, is approaching Salford's, the squat, stone. It looks like it's carved out of one big block of stone. The squat stone edifice, it's not a pretty building, of Saltford stands before you. High metal fence with like very sharp, Victorian style tops to the fence, and then lampposts on that fence. And hanging from the lampposts as you approach, Juliet, are the bodies of some of which are quite decayed now, shriveled and brown. And the lampposts are going because we're in Doskvol, where there is no sun, and you can see kind of weird moths floating around the heads of these bodies, maybe feeding on them, going into their noses, as you approach to do a little banking. And
I don't know how this is gonna go. Oh boy.
Upon entering Saltford's in the foyer, a man approaches you, like all of the Saltford's workers. This guy is some sort of concierge, but he's another big, beefy Saltford brother. And he's like, "Hello, ma'am. What business would you like to transact here today?"
I am here to retrieve the box of a recently deceased.
Certainly, ma'am. I just need to see your key and some documentation of identity.
And of course, here would be a perfect place to flashback to where I made all of these perfect replicas of a key and some documents for myself.
That's right. This is the moment where we're going to flash back to where Juliet built all of this stuff.
Yeah, so let's do it. I mean, a key, making something like that compared to the gadgets and things that I make seems a lot more simple.
Does it?
Design. Yeah.
It's gotta look exactly like the way Selyak described it to you, right?
Can I assist? Can I assist this role since this is coming from information I gathered?
You can, but I'm gonna charge her more stress for the flashback if multiple crewmates are all involved in the flashback.
Okay.
Oh. Well, it's like
just there shouting, "Make it right!"
It's like I can make a grenade easily. I can make all of these things so easily. You'd think that a little key.
You'd think it would be no problem. So you're making the key, and you're making like the kind of you're forging the documents you need, and then what else are you making?
Yeah, this is what I was going to say. So technically, I believe crafting is supposed to be a downtime activity, but I read that you can do a downtime activity in a flashback and you can choose to pay rep or a coin.
Okay, I hear what you're saying. You want to be able to use the full crafting rules where you use rep and coin and all of that. I was going to just leave it up to, since this is sort of a flashback in the middle of a score, I was just going to let you roll.
Too.
Would you rather just roll and see how it goes?
Yeah.
Yeah, and your workshop, you have a workshop. So I'm gonna say that the role for this crafting, it's a controlled position.
Okay.
And if you are successful, it will have, let's say, standard effect. Okay. And what action are you going to use?
Oh, tinkering, of course. I'm tinkering away.
And do you want Selyak to assist you, because it's going to cost you more stress?
How much stress is it costing me to begin with?
I'm going to make it cost, I think, to craft all this stuff, because you have a workshop and everything, and because you're not making something with special powers, 1 stress.
Okay, and if Selyak helps, I assume that'll go up.
That'll bump it up to 2.
I've got 3 dice already for Tinker.
It's pretty good. I'll leave it up to you.
Let's risk it, because I have a feeling I'm going to have to do this again multiple times, and I don't want to use up all my stress right at the beginning.
Yeah, no problem. So you can take a stress, Selyak, and give +1 dice to...
No.
Oh, no, you're not going to assist.
Selyak would take the stress, not me.
No, you both would. You would take an extra stress for the flashback, because I'm letting everybody all be involved in the flashback.
I'll just do it. I'll just do it with my abilities and see how it goes.
All right.
Okay, here we go. 3 dice.
Okay.
How did it go when you were building this stuff?
Hey, I got a 6. I got a 6.
Oh, all right.
Perfect.
So, let me see your key and documentation.
Yes. Mm-hmm.
And he looks at the key, and the key has the number on it of the box.
Yes, sir. 190578192.
Yes, madam. And sorry for your loss.
Oh, yes.
And he walks back into the vault. First he gestures for the room that you should take.
Thank you.
And you see that the rooms are all have like kind of they're private, but they have like guards around them. So you kind of walk
but the room
past,
inside is private.
but it's private inside. Yeah.
Okay.
But there are
I'll nod
many
to the guards
milling about out in the common area, and one nods to you as you go inside. What's happening with and maybe nothing yet? What's happening with Valkos and Selyak outside?
So I'm sort of just, I've got this massive coat over me, and I'm kind of looking around and being like, when do we make a move?
And maybe right next to him, just like lanky and leaning, it looked keeping one eye on the door of the bank. It's like, we should not make a move until the box itself is in the appropriate position. And when she can place it into her hands, it is then that the show begins. And I think I'll just try to. What I'd like to see is put myself in a position where I could maybe, if I can, see I guess I wouldn't know if there's a vantage point from which I can see the box move to the cubicles. If not, then it would just be a timetable. It would be like, it would be this amount of time and go.
Well, listen.
Of course, we would have planned this out.
You planned it out, so tell me which it is.
Yeah, but I think I've studied their operations enough. Let's make it a timetable.
Great. Tell me what action you're using to get the timing exactly right.
Okay. Well,
Maybe you could
survey, I guess. I mean, because I did all that work walking around and casing it.
Great.
So I have a sense of their efficiency, their pace of work, and I watched other people go into the cubicles and emerge.
Great. This is risky, but it will have great effect. It's risky because if you set off the distraction too early, you will mess with Juliet's ability to get the box at all.
Right.
Or if you're too late, you will not cover her when she makes the switch. So this is a very tough, timing this exactly is tough. Are you using any sort of equipment or anything to time this? Or just your own sense? You're just using your own sense of how long it takes.
Good question.
You observed them. You observed them. That's why, so
Can't we use the dead or something? Like, we're in a ghostly space, man. You talk to dead people, right? So
oh, that's very
mean?
interesting.
That's very interesting. If I could have a actually, I mean, I love that idea. Let's so I'll be inspired by perhaps even back at the grotto, Velko saw me like, perhaps if there was a watch, or it seemed to take his, don't you talk to the dead? He's like,
you talk to the dead.
Sometimes from the mouths of innocence, the truth emerges. So yeah, I will try to attune to the ghost field and get a ghost to tell me when the box is in position.
It sounds like you flashed back to when you recruited a ghost spy to let you know when right?
It sure does.
Okay, so let's go ahead and say that is you said attunement is what you'd like to use.
Yes.
And let's go ahead and take. I mean, you're a whisperer, and this is the kind of thing you do. But it is sort of tough to convince ghosts to do these kind of things unless you have something you can really give them in exchange. So I'm gonna say it's 2 stress, and then you can roll your attunement and see how it goes.
All right, I'll take it. Whew, stress is mounting. But okay, so I roll 2 dice. Oh boy, here we go. Oh yeah. All right, I got a 1 and a 3.
Oh no!
So that's quite bad. Is there a can you push on a 1?
No, I'm afraid you have to push, I believe, beforehand. So I'm going to tell you what happens. I'm going to tell you what happens. A ghost appears to you. Its neck is in a noose, right? It's one of the criminals that are hanging from the front of the bank. And it's like, I can help you, Gov. I've been meaning to stick it to them that killed me. Yes, you can count on me, bruv. You can count on me. I won't let you down, Gov. This really creepy criminal with a broken neck. Now you're watching as the spirit appears just for a moment in the lamplight underneath his own body, and gives you a now. He's giving you the now signal.
Okay, well. They have nothing else to go. Perfect.
So then
I'm sorry.
I can't see the ghost there.
Yeah.
If you stepped away for a minute, Josephine, I just fucked us. So,
awesome.
Yeah.
Love that.
And I can't see the ghost, can I, Jared?
You might have been able to just for a moment when he was under that lamplight. Yeah, ghosts sometimes manifest themselves.
So if that's the case, and he's given us the now signal, I'm just gonna run into the two guards, just barreling into them with like this. You can just feel, you hear the and I'm just gonna charge into this guy and make as much noise as possible.
Great. So you're attacking two guards at once. Yeah. They're armed with bats. They might not be expecting you. Well, but they're on alert. That's their job. I'm gonna say if you want to tangle with these guys, Valkos, I want you to go ahead and make a risky roll for standard effect. If you fail, then they are going to go ahead and start putting a beating on you. But if you succeed, you've completely surprised them and kind of knocked them out as opposition right away.
Do I get any bonus for having like a blade or two? And heavy armor? But basically, whereas they will just they would have to really work to kill you. You can go for fatality, right away if you'd like. Okay, no, I'm not going to go for fatality yet. All right, how do I roll again?
No problem. What action are you going to use?
I'm going to use the skirmish.
Skirmish makes sense. Go ahead and you're going to roll your skirmish for risky standard effect.
How do I roll again?
You are going to just roll as many dice as you have in skirmish.
You click on skirmish.
Oh, sorry.
Yes, of course. That's exactly.
Sorry, it was a roll 20 question. I didn't realize. Yes.
Yes. Okay. So it's click skirmish. Okay, and it's a risky, right?
It's risky for standard effect.
For standard effect, no bonus die. Okay, here we go.
Yes.
I got a 6, baby. I got a 6.
Okay.
At least somebody's pulling their weight.
Comes screaming around the corner, rah, loaded for bear with weapons, smashes into the two guards who aren't expecting him at all, and takes them both to the ground. Of course, that makes such a racket that other guards start running out toward what's going on outside, assuming that this is another robbery attempt. Juliet, you notice that the worker that was the clerk that was bringing you your box has the box in hand and is moving through the common area toward the door of your private room, but is now stopping and appears to be readying to run back into the vault with the safety deposit box. Maybe beginning some sort of lockdown procedure. So you're about to lose the box.
I'm gonna walk up to meet them, halfway. I'm like, oh, thank you so much. This is time sensitive. What is going on?
It sounds like you are deceiving them or trying to trick them into getting your hands on your box before they take it back to the vault. So what action are you going to use to do that?
Okay, can you remind me what sway, how do I have to spin this to use sway? What is sway exactly?
Sway is persuading somebody of something, that something is true. I think that you could use it here.
I would love to use sway then.
Very good. And no one can really help you at present, so you're kind of on your own. Would you like to take a devil's bargain?
I feel like you really want to give me a devil's bargain.
I think you should, to be honest.
Well, I'll give you +1. I'll give you +1 dice for this.
Okay.
But in order to do it, you have to really kind of make friends with this guy, like charm him, and that means he will absolutely remember things about you. But you get +1 die. You don't have to take it.
I don't want him to remember anything about me.
Okay, so you keep the veil down.
Yes, the veil's down. I would like to push myself and add a stress. Or 2 stress?
I think it's 2.
2 stress so that I can get an extra die.
Yeah, all right, no problem. How many dice are you rolling?
It'll be 3 total. What's my position?
Your position is risky, and this will have the standard effect of he will hand the box to you.
So 1 bonus die, and okay, I got a 4.
Okay, so that means success with a complication. And he's like, I'm afraid these are it's lockdown procedures. I can allow you to open it, but quickly, and I have to come with you.
Okay, fine, come on.
So he goes into the private room with you, and they're undergoing complete lockdown procedures. And you watch as a big metal door starts to go down at the front of the bank as you go into your private room. And those of you outside could see that as well. This huge metal door is starting to go down in the front of the bank. Currently, you are outside of the bank, Valkos, and of course you are as well, Selyak. But before that metal door goes down, let's see. Let's use a fortune roll to see how many guards come out to deal with Valkos. Oh my. Yeah, like a bunch. We're talking 6 guards make it out of the building as that big heavy metal door is going down. You have 2 on the ground, but there's 8 total, Valkos, and 6 of them are surrounding you. What do you do?
I am going to kind of look to. I'm just, you know what? I am literally going to take them all on.
Right, and you can do that with your special ability, right?
Yeah, with not to be trifled with.
Not to be trifled with allows you to do that. Let me make sure. Yeah, you'll have to push yourself, and you realize that means you're taking stress, and you only have 3 stress left to take.
I know.
So you're taking 2 stress right now, and that means you can fight all of these guys at once. It says that you 100%. Can engage a small gang on equal footing in close combat.
100%.
Amazing. Okay, so take that 2 extra stress, fill in those 2 extra stress. You have 1 stress left.
Oh my god.
And what action are you using to fight 6 guards at once?
I think it's definitely skirmish. It's like it's gonna get brutal. It's gonna be like,
Okay, great. And let's see. I'm gonna say that this is because you've used your special ability. It's not desperate. It's going to be risky for standard effect. Standard effect, I want you to know, means that you're not going to take them all out. You're just going to be able to go toe to toe with them for a while. If you get a critical, you've taken them all out. If you get a critical, you've kicked all of their asses. But otherwise, I'm going to do a fortune roll to see how many are still standing after your first skirmish here. Okay.
And if I got a devil's bargain, what would that be?
The devil's bargain, very interesting. If you will go ahead and take a level 1 harm, I will let you have an extra die.
Yeah.
If you take the level 1 harm, bruised. Okay. So that's only one of the boxes. I'm gonna go ahead and write it in for you. Bruised. Okay. They're hitting you with their bats. Like you can't avoid it, but you're just taking it as you slice at them with your blades. By the way, what weapon are you using? It says, a blade or two.
Yeah, so I'm taking a blade or two, and I've got heavy armor as well, and I'm just like, and it's like a little dagger, like a little knife dagger, and I'm just like I might grab someone and just go and like kind of move over there and go kind of vibe. It's like really just brutal and close. You can hear them screaming as they're kind of coming in, and it's quite terrifying.
Great. Check off a blade or two on your loadout there,
okay.
And you get 5 more items that you can check off.
Okay.
And let's go ahead and have this skirmish roll. Let's do it. You get an extra. What did he do?
2 sixes, my dear friend.
Critical, right?
Oh my God! Valkos has taken out 6 guards in one fight. That's amazing.
Okay.
So now I will ask. Selyak, you can see that big heavy metal door is coming down. You can see that Valkos is totally holding his own against... actually, I want Valkos to really... Well, he described it, so you see what he's doing. He's kind of getting in close and stabbing one guy and moving over and stabbing another. And during that, they're smashing him with the bats, but he just keeps going because he's got that heavy armor on. Selyak, is there anything you want to do?
I want to assist with what's going on inside, but oh man, I don't know from my vantage point that anything untoward has happened inside. But
you can see the thing closing, and that's going to lock her in, right? So
right, but I think if the idea was to create a distraction, I think we may have expected that. The idea is we can make good the escape with the quarry, but I think I will do this. Now I'm going to tick off on my loadout a fine spirit mask.
Okay.
Which I believe increases the effect of attunement.
Okay.
And I think I'm perceptive enough to know that the first ghost that we encountered was maybe not as trustworthy as I might have hoped.
Okay.
But once again, Crazy Town. If there is, I just want a ghost to aid the extraction. So if there is, I feel like I can't go in and walk her out, but a ghost could go and perhaps briefly possess someone and walk out with the widow.
Wow.
Okay. Not me being possessed.
Not you. But what I'm thinking is like the person in that room with you, what if they suddenly were like, let's go, because they got taken over.
Oh, interesting. Okay, so are you're summoning a ghost right now, a different one, because the other one ended up being a fool?
Yeah, because the other one's a total flake. I need better inhuman resources to bring on these employees. Okay, so does that, forgive me for not knowing this mechanically, but would the mask increase that would just increase the effect, but not necessarily the number of dice I roll?
That's correct. And in
right.
fact, you're at -1 effect, so it will give you the effect you would normally have.
Okay, so my position is
I'm going to say your position here is risky because you're not summoning. You're summoning on the fly.
That's
in
right.
Like in a public place, sort of. I mean, like in an alleyway or something like that. You don't have your candles all set up and your whatever your occult ritual is. You're doing this really improvisationally, spontaneously. So
that's right.
So this is risky. The ghost, you could summon something you don't want, or the ghosts could ignore you. And and I would say that it would be limited effect, but you're using your fine spirit mask, so I will allow it to have a standard effect.
Okay, then that's what we're gonna do. A standard bonus dice, none. Okay.
Oh my gosh, Ross!
Oh my gosh!
Blow it again?
Yeah.
My God!
Roll a 2 and a 1.
Oh no!
You know what? You should have just stayed in the spirit realm, bro.
Guess so. Weakest link.
A ghost appears to you, and it looks tall, muscular, strapping chest, has the kind of hair that all of those guards had.
Oh,
it's the
God.
ghost of one of the Saltford's employees. You think you're gonna get in through the ghost field? Huh? You think you can order us around?
You have security even here? And like passersby might see this, and the mask is like, if held out, it would just be like a ring of like chainmail, and it's like draped over the face, and it just looks like just a blank chainmail hood that goes over his translucent face. It's like, even here's your security. I only wish to see it from the inside.
Who are you working with? And the ghost approaches you and is trying to get inside of your head. And the way it's doing that is it's trying to pull your mouth and nose open and force its ectoplasm into your face so it can get inside of you and learn what you're thinking.
No. All right.
The consequence is you summoned a ghost guard. And
they thought of everything.
In a minute, you're gonna have to deal with it. We're gonna come back to you. I'm gonna go back to Juliet, who's inside. Juliet, the guard is we'll call him a guard. He's a clerk that brought your safety deposit box. Is standing over you, arms crossed, watching you very carefully as you pull out the contents of the box because he
gave me the box. Yeah,
he gave you the box. Yeah, you're in the private room together.
Yes, as I set the box down and say, if you would turn around, I still have my privacy, correct?
Yes, but to make it quick, this is we have to go into lockdown right now.
Of course, just watch the door. I don't want anything bad to happen.
He turns around, but you get the feeling that he's kind of taking glances back at you.
Okay. So when he's turned around though, like in the process of that, I want to just blow some trance powder over him. Using my bandolier of alchemicals. I will use one of them, which is full of trance powder.
Excellent.
Should induce a pleasant hypnotic trance over him.
Excellent. Okay, this sounds a little risky. This sounds like you have to roll a risky roll for, I'm going to say, standard effect. He will get into a bit of a trance if this works.
Okay. Am I able to use my Tinker because I'm using something that I created?
I will allow you to use Tinker. You know, you're pulling out your bandolier.
Okay, risky. You said standard effect?
Yeah.
Okay. Let's go.
Oh.
Okay, I got a 4. There's a 4 in there.
Okay. Success with a consequence. Okay.
These consequences.
Yes, all these consequences. Well, first, I want you to know this isn't even the consequence, but that metal door goes down.
Yeah, I figured it would.
We're locked in with everybody else. And then the second consequence is the trance powder hits the guy, and he's like, and then he goes, hey, you stay here, I'll protect you. And then he just walks back out into the bank, completely mesmerized by your trance powder.
Oh, but he left the room?
Oh my god.
Oh, he left the room, but he's like a walking advertisement that someone is using trance powder inside the bank right now.
Yeah, okay. I'll just close that door.
Okay.
And I'm going to pull out the replica box that is hidden in the bustle of my dress. And swap it out and put it back into the bustle.
Okay, very good. You got that done. I think that I'm gonna just see what Valkos would do next, and then we're gonna get in really into the escape here.
Yeah.
Before this door closed, or this thing closed, you're saying it's coming down, right?
Yeah. In fact, I said it came down. So is there something you can do that doesn't retroactively make me a liar?
Okay. Damn. Well, I was.
You were fighting off the last of the guys as it went down. No one acted on that door, so that opportunity is kind of gone. But maybe you did something. You could still have done something to it.
I was gonna say, if I threw one of the guards into the door to kind of have his body almost stop it for a second.
Let's see if you manage to do that. Let's see if you manage to do that. What action do you want to use?
I think that would be finesse, right? It would require maybe it's handling a mount in a way, like, this kind of guy. So I think it would be finesse.
Because you already critted on your last roll, I'm going to allow you to do this with controlled position and great effect if you succeed. Good. How many finesse dice do you have?
3.
Okay. Do you you don't want to push yourself or you'll be out of the game.
No, but again, what's the devil's bargain here?
Oh, okay. The devil's bargain is... devil's bargain? What is the devil's bargain
baby.
here? It's hard for me to decide. I think there is not one here. I'm sorry.
There's no one here. Okay, that's fine. Because you're going to give me 2 6s, my dear friend.
Oh my god!
Are you kidding me?
What? Yo, thank God. I mean, thank the gods.
How did you hack roll 20?
2 6s again?
Oh, so, that's where we go.
So I haven't rolled above the 4 today.
That's a crit. And the crit is you throw a guard under. So, yes, the door did come down. Celiac and Juliet heard it go clank, but they didn't see what Valkos can see from his vantage point right at the doorway, where he slid one of the guards he had just taken out under the door so that the door came down on the guard's shoulder, like breaking his arm, but leaving enough of an opening that either Valkos or Juliet or whoever could get in or out of the bank. And that is what Valkos has done. Celiac, it's time for you to resist this guard that's trying to get inside of your face.
Yes, let's raise facial defenses. Okay, so I resist that with a roll.
Well, do you want to? I guess that is a consequence, right? So you need to. Do you want to become possessed right now, or do you want to make a resistance roll?
Well, of course I want to resist.
Please.
Okay. Then that means that you are going to make a resistance roll. And what do you think you use to resist possession? I think that it's probably.
I mean, once again, a tune, right? Because that has to do with communication.
No, we're doing a resistance roll, not an action roll. So you're going to use your resolve.
Oh, got it. Yeah, resolve.
Yeah, you're going to use your resolve. And you have 2 in resolve.
That's right.
So you're taking 6 stress right now, minus what you roll on the 2 dice, okay, for resistance. Does that make sense?
Now I have only 4 stress that remain. So
right. So if you were to roll 2 1s right now, you would be taken out of the game and you would be possessed.
I'd be out. Okay. Gnarly. Whew, boy. Okay. Here we go.
Here goes Sally. Let's see how this goes. The ghost is forcing its way into your mind. You can hear his grunts as he moves his way.
Feeling tendrils going up nostrils and into my throat and into my tear ducts. It's like, no, this is not the way. Okay.
A 4 and a 2. So,
oh my lord.
You resist the consequence of being possessed, but you still take 2 stress to do so.
Okay. I'm now. Okay, I've only got 2 left.
You've got 2 stress left. So the ghost realizes that he cannot fight his way. You are a whisper. You are talented in the ways of the ghost field. And so it rips away from you and it starts to sort of hover and float back toward the bank.
Okay, I would like to trap it.
Let's see if you can do that when we come back. Think about how you're going to trap it and what equipment you're going to use to do that. But right now, I want to check in with Juliet. Juliet, you have the safe deposit box. What are you going to do?
Okay, so it's tucked away back in the bustle. I'm going to walk back out into the lobby. What's the state of affairs? Are there a lot of guards in here? Or did a lot of them go out? What's...
a bunch of new guards are coming in from the dormitory behind the bank, because all of the ones that were in the actually in the lobby and stuff went out and got their asses kicked by Valkos.
Okay. Are they ahead of me or behind me?
5 new guards have come in, and one has like the clerk that you transpowdered, has him by the shoulders and is like looking into his eyes and is like, "Hello, John? Are you okay, John? Hey, snap out of it!" Like, so they've noticed that transpowder has been used.
I'm going to walk past them unless they stop me towards the front door. As calmly as I can, acting as, like, what is going on? What is, but I will move towards the front door.
Okay, so they are likely to notice you unless you use some sort of action.
Okay.
Because the other customers, there were only, there are 5 new guards. There were only 3 customers in the bank at the time, and they are kind of cowering in a corner with like the new guards kind of instructing them to stay down.
Yeah, if there is a guard by the door, I'll just go to the guard. So it looks like I'm trying to get information from the guard, like, what is going on here? I need to get out. I have something very urgent waiting for me, as I speak to this guard.
Okay, this guard has noticed that his family member is crushed beneath the big iron door.
Oh shit!
And turns back to everyone as you walk up, and it's like, "They got Toby!"
No, my friend. And I'm even gonna try and comfort him.
Whoa!
What?
Okay, this is quite a swing.
Get out of there! What? Okay.
I'm gonna try and comfort him. And,
she is the widow, after all. She deals well with grief.
Yeah, I'm like, oh, you poor thing. I've recently lost someone as well. And I'll go in close to speak to, whisper in his ear, and would like to use some standstill poison to paralyze him in place.
Okay.
This is genius.
So
second alchemical use of the bandolier.
Okay, great. What action are you going to use?
Oh man,
Tinker, right?
I would love to use Tinker. Is just calling on my bandolier of trusty crafts.
No problem. This is going to be a desperate action, so go ahead and make sure if you
take
take the XP for it, because this is just the craziest thing. It's like, I don't think that someone would be like in the middle of this emergency be open to having you help them with their grief, but maybe they would.
I'm a widow, clearly.
Yes.
Effect.
And the effect will be, I'm going to call it standard, meaning you will apply the standstill and the poison, and they will stand still. It's desperate because there will be a bad consequence if you fail here.
That makes sense.
This guard will attack you.
Oh, cool. Come on, dice gods. Okay.
Success with a consequence.
A consequence. What is life if not a consequence? I don't know what I'm saying. Go on.
No problem. The consequence is you freeze this guy. He's no longer in your way. You can get past him, but one of his colleagues behind you notices that he's like suddenly frozen, and it's like, there! Wait! Stop! Just one of them. Just one of them.
Okay.
But you have one more on your tail. Let's see how Valkos, what would you like to do now?
I am now gonna go in the building.
Can I nab him?
Great. You come in just as you see Juliet, pulling out of an embrace with this guard. The guard is like standing stock still. You can assume that you know exactly. Yeah, he's coming in. You can assume you know exactly what Juliet did because it's all part of the plan that you guys concocted earlier.
Everything's going perfectly.
Valkos, there's one guard who's noticed what's happening and is running toward Juliet. What would you like to do?
I'm gonna push the standstill guard into him and knock him back. So I'm gonna use that guy as a barricade, essentially, and just like knock them all back. Essentially, I'm not going to entangle with them. I'm going to use this guy here and just and then throw them there.
Great. Go ahead and put together a dice pool. What is your action rating that you want to use?
Yeah, finesse.
Finesse, yes. Okay.
Yeah.
You have a lot of finesse at throwing human bodies. All right.
Seriously.
And you only have 1 stress left. You can't really push yourself.
No.
There's no devil's bargain here. Let's just see how it goes.
So what's the position?
Oh, yeah, of course. It's going to be risky for... Actually, no, it's starting to get desperate here. It's going to be desperate it's going to be for standard effect, which means you'll knock that guy over. Yeah.
Okay. Are we ready, guys?
Here come Abu's 2 6s.
No, don't even. I got 5.
Okay, 5.
You got a 5.
There's a 5.
Yeah.
That's great. That means you succeed. You've knocked him over. But now I'm going to say the final consequence is all the guards are now aware that a skirmish is taking place inside the bank at the front. However, they're way across the lobby from you. So
Okay.
you guys can move. Meanwhile, outside, a ghost is heading straight to cut you off. It's heading for the front of the bank. As it enters the lamplight under the corpses of those that died trying to raid Saltford's, this guard's ectoplasmic corpus lights up for a second, and it's about to try to end this robbery once and for all. We will find out when we get back if it is able to do so. We're going to take a quick ad break for our sponsor. We'll be back with more Haunted City in a minute. Welcome back. We are in front of Saltford's Bank, down by the docks in Doskvol, where our crew of shadows has been trying to steal a safety deposit box from Saltford's, which is notorious for killing anyone that tries to rob the bank. And right now, we realize that they even have security in the ghost realm. A dead guard is moving toward the entrance of the bank. He glistens spectrally as he approaches it. Can he stop Valkos and Juliet from getting out? Not if Selyak has something to say about it. Selyak, what are you going to do to stop this ghostly guard?
Yes, you're right, Jared. He glistens in the lamplight, but he glistens also in electroplasmic light as 2 fine spirit hooks come out of the coat of Selyak Khan as he lunges forward to snatch him. Just imagine those like kind of fist clutched meat hooks as he swings forward to snare this spirit in midair.
Yeah, so spirit hooks are, the technology in Doskvol uses electricity to sort of trap and keep ghosts out of the city. You're using these spirit hooks that they're charged with electricity, so they even kind of buzz a little bit as you come forward with them, and you try to grab. Have you crossed off the spirit hooks on your sheet?
I have.
Okay, I see that. Yeah. A lightning hook, rather, is what they're called.
Yes, lightning hooks, rather.
Okay, so, what action are you going to use?
I mean, once again, this would seem to be a tune because I'm trying to stab something that is on another plane of existence.
Yeah. Okay, I'll allow a tune, and let me say that you have less effect. But because you're using your lightning hooks, that's going to even it out a little bit. You have a special piece of equipment that is specifically used for this purpose, so that's going to help you out a little bit. I'm going to say that you're not necessarily able to trap him. Oh, it looks like you've checked off your spirit bottle too. Are you trying to get him trapped in the bottle?
That's the idea.
Okay, so here's the situation. This first roll only kind of stops him with the lightning hooks.
Okay.
But you will roll. It's going to be risky for standard effect, meaning you'll have stopped him in his tracks, this ghost.
All right.
Love this.
Here we go.
Yes.
Finally.
Yes.
Oh my
There we
God.
go.
A 6.
A 6. Okay, great. Suddenly he's trapped in this sort of stasis field. ectoplasm is kind of jiggling and vibrating in all kinds of uncomfortable ways. You're watching his eyes change position.
Why do you pledge yourself to the laws of men even here when you could be free? Spirits such as you do not deserve the freedom.
and as I'm pulling him toward the bottle.
Very, very well done. Excellent. And so now I go back into the bank and I ask Juliet, what's your next move? You know that more guards are coming. The way is open. What are you going to do?
Say, I think back to the talks Valkos and I had after our first score of like what we wish had been given in a disguise kit. Of course, we had expected so much more than what was given, although we had a beautiful use of such things. But now...
You're talking about how you use disguise kit items to basically bomb a convoy last time. Yes.
But it's like, now I understand. It is time, Valkos. And I'm going to pull out the last bandolier slot of my alchemicals and throw down a smoke bomb in front of us and jet for the beneath the door.
Oh, awesome. The smoke bomb escape. I love it. A
smoke bomb escape is really cool. I think that we can do this with an action roll. The action roll isn't to see if you're able to get the smoke bomb to go off. It's like how well your escape, how well you're able to evade them once the smoke has gone off. Because it could be you don't get enough distance or you don't take enough kind of left turns to fool them. So, and this is going to benefit you as well, Valkos. So let's see how this is. Maybe you even assist, although you can't. You have no stress left to spend.
Yeah. Could I use my survey skill in that I am gauging the space between me, the door, the bomb, how far the guards are to get under here in time?
Yeah, I think that works. I like that idea.
Okay, and can I push my... Oh, man. Do you have a devil's bargain here?
A devil's bargain. Let me see. Is there a devil's bargain for this? I'll tell you something. I think that one of the guards throws something at you and it hits you and you can take some harm.
Ugh.
Okay, how much harm?
Just a level 1, just one level 1 harm.
One level 1 for an extra die? I'll take that. I'll take that.
Then you're gonna take a cut. Level 1 harm.
Okay.
I'm putting it in for you right now.
Oh, you are? Oh, wait, I think I got it.
Yeah, you got it. Then because one of them pulls out a knife and he throws it before your smoke bomb goes off, and it slices you somewhere. Slices maybe along your arm, and you're like, right? And then you throw your smoke bomb for +1 die.
Yep. Okay, in position?
This is going to be risky for standard effect.
Standard effect. Okay, all right. 1 extra die. Maybe I should have done more. Okay, let's go. Dice gods. 5. I got a 5 in there.
You got a 5 and a 1. Okay, so that's a success with consequences. So here's the success. Juliet, you have the box and you know that you've made it away. Like you had this whole route mapped out, and the smoke makes a big enough cloud that you're able to sort of disappear into the city, and you know that it's going to take them a while to get under that door and get out to where you're at, and by that time you'll have cleared visual sight lines.
Okay.
The consequence is Valkos is completely on his own to get out of here. The smoke bomb doesn't help him.
Fair. Okay.
Valkos has had to cover your escape somewhat. So we're very close to a successful outcome here. But I now want to know, Valkos, what do? Her smoke bomb goes off, and suddenly all these guys are upon you, and you're fighting in smoke. You don't have to stay and fight them. You can just escape. You can do whatever you like. But what do?
I'm gonna escape.
Okay. All right. What action are you going to use to get under that door and out?
Would it be finesse?
I think so. I think I would allow manual dexterity to allow you to slide under that door. I mean, one might make the argument that it's prowl, but this team of shadows took no dots in prowl. So I will allow finesse for this because it does involve manual dexterity to get under a door and slide out.
What I'm gonna do is as I'm getting out the door, I'm gonna boot Jun in, so then I lock them inside that door.
Oh, now that's cool. All right.
Yes.
If you want to do that, this is a desperate action for great effect.
Okay.
Yes.
And I can give you a devil's bargain.
Yes.
I'm going to say that if you fail, you get caught in the door. It smashes down on your arm.
Okay.
And there is no way to escape.
Okay.
Are you taking
If you fail.
Okay.
You're gonna
If I
take it?
fail, okay, I'm taking that.
All
Guys,
right.
I love you all.
No.
Wait,
Wait, did you add your you have more dots than
I'm more than that. What's
Yes,
happened?
yes.
Oh wait, no, I rolled Ross's character.
You rolled
My
Ross's
bad.
character.
I'm
That's
sorry.
why.
like that's not right.
Let's reverse that. Desperate action with great effect. Giving the devil's bargain over here. We're rolling, and we have 2 sixes, my dear friend.
Sixes.
Thank you, and thank you.
My
This is what
man.
we're playing.
Yes.
This is Blades in the Dark, everyone. Thank you.
Valkos.
3 criticals today?
Yeah.
Nuts.
Wow. I can't believe your luck. So Valkos slides under, kicks the body of the guard that he took out back in. The door goes slamming completely shut, and the guards are locked into their own bank as he sprints out onto the cobblestone streets of Doskvol, into the docks. And are you just running to your rendezvous point? Any
Yes.
last? Okay, and so then I just turn to Selyak. Selyak, you have a spirit here.
Alone
He has
again.
been paused, but he has not been trapped yet. Would you like to attempt to trap him, or are you just going to run now? Because you see your friends. You were able to see that your friends have gotten free.
We're like,
Yep, I see that they've made good their escape. It would be nice not to have some ghostly witnesses to this, I think. So I'll trap.
Okay, very good. You shall trap. All right. What action are you going to use?
I'm trying to get him into the spirit bottle. I've been leaning on it this whole time, but I feel like attune covers all this stuff.
Yeah,
well,
that's okay.
Yeah.
That's okay. Okay, so you're going to use attune.
You're doing ghost shit.
Yeah,
And
it's ghost stuff. I'm doing that ghost shit.
Like I said, since you have the spirit bottle, you have the equipment that allows you to get the effect that you need, which would be standard.
All right. And am I risky? Risky?
I'm going to say it's risky, yeah.
Okay, risky. And standard. No bonus. If I roll a 5.
Success with a consequence. So the consequence is you get the spirit into the bottle. Please describe that, and then I'll describe what the consequence is.
It's like, you have pledged yourself to corrupted laws.
Formed into, and maybe if you could, from the outside, you're just seeing like crackling sparks. There's this kind of like chainmail masked figure, like struggles with a bottle and a hook, but like. What Selyak sees is this frame of this guy like collapse from within as he sort of implodes, like sucked into this bottle as though it loses all material density from the inside and then shuts of what is like a little, like a like the steampunk Ghostbusters bottle of just a like a test tube with like sterling silver coils around it into the jacket and tries to now move into the shadows.
Tries to now move into the shadows is
Which
the important
seems
part
to
of
be
this.
where the complication might come in.
Here's what happens. You finish putting that spirit in the bottle, and you're holding the bottle up like, this in your hand, like you're looking at it, I've done it. And then you look and you see that this old woman who is like pushing along a cart full of junk and trash that she's collected from the docks, is staring right at you. And you also see that the door to the bank is click, 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 starting to go up again. And she looks to the door to the bank and looks to you.
Mm-hmm. And I run.
Okay, all right. Then the consequence fully presents itself when the woman goes, "That way! He went that way!" And you hear footsteps.
Lady.
Yeah, you hear footsteps tick, 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 coming your way. And Selyak, you're the only one that hasn't made a clean escape. You can hear the guards like hot on your heels as you go around a corner. And what are you going to do?
Okay. We live underground. We live in a watery grotto.
In 6 towers, yeah.
In 6 towers. But that means, I think, that the subterranean part of Doskvol is demystified for us. And I will try to slip down a drain, a manhole cover, a grate, to go low.
Okay, great.
So maybe that's a prowl?
That is a prowl. Yeah, you're gonna use prowl to kind of slip down into You're saying a manhole cover. I'm gonna tell you that you're in the docks.
Right,
there is no sewer system here. You're gonna have to, but you are gonna go down through in the street down into one of the canals that is filled with bilge and awful chemicals and dead things. The smell of the water here is unappetizing, to put it mildly. So can you silently slide down into one of the canals? Let's see.
Okay.
That's going to be risky for standard effect. Actually, it's going to be limited because you have a -1 effect.
That's right. So I roll a 2. That's a fail, is it not?
That is a fail.
Oh, no.
The guards yank Selyak up out of a canal. Don't worry, you had enough time to get yourself completely drenched in the foul water before they easily reach down, grab you, yank you up. What the hell? They're looking at your mask and the weird accoutrement that's hanging from you. And he's like, "He's a wizard. He's a whisper." And they're they're about to take you back into the bank.
Is there anything we can do?
Run away.
Yeah.
What happens if you throw the bottle in their face?
This is what I'm saying. That I'm like, I'm the only leverage I've got on them is like,
well, let me see how many guys are out here with you.
Yeah,
you should know that, okay?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So only 2 of them caught up to you.
Okay.
So one on each arm. They're kind of taking you back to the bank like cops would take a criminal like into their cop car. Okay. And they're very big and beefy men.
Okay.
And they're dragging you back toward the bank.
Okay. The only card I have to play, I think, at this moment is, it's like,
It is strange, is it not, that you show such disregard for members of your own family?
Say what?
and
Hey, you don't talk about our family. Sulfur's is an institution.
But of course, an institution that it would seem uses its deceased. It would be a shame, would it not, if your late, lamented brethren was banished to extra-dimensional insanity, to lose all sense of himself, all sense of his family. A form of damnation that your mortal mind cannot even conceive.
Don't listen to him. He's just saying whisper nonsense. Now, what's he talking about? What are you talking about?
The soul of your brother is here. I will take him where he can find rest. If you take me in, he will be destroyed, gone, eradicated.
and
Let's see if you can convince them that you're serious. What action are you going to use? By the way, Valkos and Juliet, if you'd like, may be witness to his capture.
Yeah, I would love to. I don't think we would have left without each other. You know, I think we like went around a corner and like, where's Selyak? Where's Selyak? You know, and look back to make sure.
Yeah.
I guess I'll wait to see if this works before attempting something.
Yeah, that's fair. That's fair.
The only thing I think I got here is sway, so that's what I'll do.
All right, I think swaying makes sense. But listen, here's the problem. You have limited effect right now.
Of course.
So it's going to be risky for limited effect. Do you have anything that could increase the effect? Normally you can, you know how you can push yourself? You can take 2 stress to increase effect.
But I don't have 2 stress. If I take 2 stress, I fill my stress bar.
Well, here's what could happen. You could take yourself out of today's game and take a trauma, but you could get away from these guys.
Right. Because we're close. This is the denouement anyway.
Right.
Yeah, dude. I'll take that stress.
You are?
Of course.
Okay.
I'll give myself a trauma.
So now you can have standard effect on this roll. If you're able to do this.
Just 1 dice. I've been rolling so well so far.
So because
Just
you're
one?
Yep. I just have 1 pip and sway.
Wait, no, but you're pushing yourself, aren't you?
Oh wait, so do I get a
but
bonus?
the pushing is just for the effect,
Right,
not
that
for
was
the number of dice.
That was the bargain that Bad Badger and Logan made me. Yes.
This is a really nasty bargain, but here's what here's how I'm gonna help you as your game master. You can really, not only will they believe you, you can really go to town narrating this, Ross Bryant, if this works. Okay.
Okay.
Otherwise, it's gonna be pretty sad for Selyak, okay? But I mean, like, whatever you do to this ghost, once you've swayed these guys, really, you can be creative with what you do to him or how you persuade them, if this works. Okay.
So risky, obviously. Effect is now standard because of the push.
This is gonna be desperate for at least get some XP out of this.
Okay, great. Yep. Okay, no bonus dice, just 1 dice.
Come on, man.
Here we go.
Come on, man.
That's a 4.
That's a success, though.
That's a gentleman's 4.
Yeah.
That is a success. And
with
so
consequences.
You were threatening them. You were saying, listen, I will banish, your loved one, your dead loved one to, the outer levels of existence where he will be trapped in his own mind and go insane.
Yes.
Or you can let me go and your brother will not be destroyed. Your dead brother will not be destroyed. So tell me, they're listening to you. They've let go of you. They've let you pull the bottle out.
Right.
Tell me what you do.
If either of you were to open this now, if I were to open this now, do you know what would happen? In his unstable state, he would merely vanish, rent asunder. For you, it would last a moment, but for him, in the field of the ghost, time is an illusion. And this agony for him would last for a century within a century within a century. Your mortal mind cannot conceive of this level of anguish and pain. To constantly see the eyes of his brothers beholding his plight as he helplessly begs for destruction forever. Give him to me, that I may, in the appropriate, ritualized way, give him instant rest. You provide for him labor, and this is in its own way a kind of hell. Please allow me to do you a favor.
This is really tough because you've succeeded, but there's a consequence. You've also taken yourself out with stress.
Yep.
And you as a player are going, not only should these guys let me get away scot-free, they should let me keep the bottle.
Which,
the consequence is, Juliet, you can jump in here. They they suddenly hear from back in the bank, "Pull back! 1B!" Like some kind of code. And they're like, "Give us the bottle. Now!"
As you wish.
And they grab it, and they're pulling back. Now, why would they be pulling back when they have you? It's hard to understand, but I have a very good and solid reason in my mind. Juliet, you see Celiac collapse as soon as they yank the bottle away from him and begin walking back to the bank.
Well then I'll turn to Valkos. Quick, go get him.
Hey, I ain't there. I'm home.
Oh, you left completely. You did not stay behind. Okay.
He's joking.
No, I'm literally, I see that and I'm like...
I'm going to put in Valkos' hand my line thrower grappling hook.
Oh, wow.
And say, go get him and get out of here. I don't know what that code means, but it cannot be good. We must get back to our place. And if you cannot get there, just whatever you do, don't go through Brightstone. Make sure you go down Crow's Foot. Just keep to yourself, okay?
You talk too much. I get it. Fuck off.
Yeah, always.
And I just like, I go woof, 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 with this like line hook, and I try and like essentially as I'm spinning it, can I throw it at his body to then drag him to me?
It's like a retractable grappling hook.
Oh, is it?
It's like a zip
one way to do it.
Oh, fantastic. Okay, well, I'm going to pick him up and then use my, I'm going to Batman out of here.
Smash it through my skull.
That'd be the perfect ending to this one. Yeah, so Valkos, I'm not going to make you roll. You go, you use the grapple line, you Batman up out of that area, and it sounds like, and you've got Celiac's body with you, and it sounds like Juliet had one final action she wanted to take, maybe something like that.
Do I? I will remove the veil that I have on and take out like a shawl, like a brightly colored shawl, and wrap it around my morning attire, and make my way out.
Okay.
Just to attempt to look a little different as I
very good
leave.
So you all make your escape, and a very good job, Celiac. Man, the dice were not with you today, but you managed to negotiate the return of their dead brother in exchange. Also, they had nothing on you. You were just sort of hanging out in front of the bench.
That's true.
Right?
Yeah.
So that's kind of why they let you go. But there's another reason as well.
Oh God.
Because I'm gonna go ahead and tell you as players.
No.
Oh my God! What do you think's happening, Josephine?
I have so many ideas.
Mm-hmm.
Tell us.
Well, actually, I'm trying to decide whether to tell you. Nothing was stolen. Your perfect and completely accurate replica of the safe deposit box was sitting right there in the private room. So they're wondering what the hell's going on, but nothing was stolen. Just a bunch of guards got their asses beat. That's basically what happened.
I just wanted a job.
A disgruntled would-be employee came back to exact revenge.
Exactly. So you're in your underground grotto in Six Towers again. You need to take a trauma for stressing yourself all the way out.
Yep.
What trauma does Celiac take? Poor Celiac. Not only is he taking a trauma, he still has all that harm from before.
Yep.
Celiac
I can't believe that went as well as it did. I'll be honest.
Listen, I was rolling crits. Like, it's like, it doesn't make any sense.
What can I take but haunted?
Yeah.
Oh, I love it. Yes, you are haunted, and that clears your stress. So you guys soon realize that Celiac, he's able to walk around, he's able to talk, he's able to operate it, but he's not quite as normal. He's even spookier than before. He's jumping at shadows constantly. And you are able to get that safety deposit box open.
Oh, wait, we're opening it? I thought were we not supposed to?
Well, you don't have to, but you did create like a Well, no,
What
you know
were
what?
our instructions, though?
Your instructions were to take it back to him, and he said that there was one item he wanted in it. This is Camelin Savoy, the guy that hired you. There was one item that he wanted inside of it, and then the rest of the valuables could go to you.
Oh. Then yeah, let's try to open this box.
You have a meeting with him today at Rowan House, outside of Rowan House. But do you want to open it and take a look inside first?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yes.
We're misfits.
I do. Since you just made a replica key earlier, you didn't necessarily make a working key. I want someone to give me an action roll to get it open.
Yeah.
Can I finesse it?
Oh.
Can I use the? I mean, I don't know if that would work as a pickpocket. Yeah, pickpocket or using like a what's it called? Lockpick kind of thing.
Yeah, you could use a lockpick. Yeah, absolutely. You want to try that?
Yeah.
Okay, go for it, Valkos.
And what's the position?
The position is controlled because you're in Juliet's workshop.
Cool.
And it will have great effect, meaning it will open the box.
Okay. This is where I just fail everything. And no bonus die. Okay. Success with a cost.
Yeah.
Success with a cost. What could a cost possibly be here? I'll
Could it just
think
be
about
broken?
that.
So he knows that we've been inside.
It's broken. But I mean, he probably needed you get inside it anyway. He didn't have the key.
Right.
So what you find inside are let's see. It's like 6 coin worth of valuable old jewelry. I mean, we're talking diamonds and gold. And then one item that is kind of strange. It's like a big black stone that doesn't look to be valuable on the face of it, with weird writing carved into it. And when you touch it, Valkos, you feel very cold.
Do I know what this is?
Yeah, you can make some sort of roll.
Like a study?
Yeah, you could study. Mm-hmm.
All right. No, nothing. I rolled a 2.
Oh, okay. So you're unaware of what this thing is, but it definitely has something to do with the ghost field. That's why if you feel a chill go up your spine when you touch it. And this is definitely the item that he wanted out of that safe deposit box.
Honestly, this is a great haul. Look at this. We'll make so much money off of this.
Yes, but that stone... There's something about it.
You feel it. You feel it as well.
Yes, I feel it. That stone is more precious than anything. How much were we supposed to get out of this job that he said? 8 coins, yes? How many?
Now, I believe
6
we agreed on
coins.
6 coins, standard score.
Yeah.
Yes, 6 coins. This stone... It's priceless. We need answers. Maybe you could make a replica of some sort.
I mean, Celiac would definitely want to be drawing it and writing the writing down, and so that he could put it to further study.
To replicate this to the point where you would not know that we switched it out would take weeks.
Does Celiac have a sense that it's really, really old?
It does appear to be old. Quite old.
What happens if I swallowed it?
It's too large for that, actually.
Okay, no, that's a shame.
Your meeting with Camelin Savoy is to take place in 1 hour. I want to know, you have the loot. Do you fuck over a member of the Reconciled? A legion of ghosts who have possessed human bodies?
No, that's a bad idea, actually. Let's,
No, let us just have contact. We have made... This will be a good connection, and I'm sure we can ask about it and perhaps learn more.
Yeah,
Yes.
sure. Play it safe.
Let us be satisfied with the material things that we have. They shall pass through our hands as they passed through many hands before they arrived with us. Do you see them? The hands that have held these stones? Hundreds, thousands.
Oh, celiac.
Yes, we got to get rid of this stone. Let's.
I want to touch the stone just to get the sensation that they are getting from it as well, and kind of feel it in my hands before we part ways with it as well.
You
Study
feel
it momentarily.
In fact, you feel exactly what Celiac's talking about. There's just a sense of flickering sense of identity attached to it. You feel a presence when you touch it. And so...
Wait.
Later.
Okay. Go on.
You are standing in front of Rowan House. I mean, if you still agree to turn over the stone.
Yes,
are you?
absolutely.
Yeah.
Okay. And of course, once again, what looks like a derelict man in rags approaches, but when he pulls back his hood, why, he looks like a finely coiffed noble. And this is Camelin Savoy, and he's like, "Have you done it? Have you returned my property to me?"
Yes.
Yes.
We did it.
Stone. Let me see the stone.
Before we do, I'm going to hold it. I'm holding this case, okay? And I'm going to look at him and be like, "You seek immortality, do you not?"
I already have it, Mr. Valkos.
Yes.
I am dead yet alive.
Yes.
But one is always looking for insurance.
Exactly. And I feel like you have your... And I'm going to shake it quite violently. Like, your insurance here.
Yes, Mr. Valkos, you have correctly deduced the power of the stone. And so it is worthless to you, is it not? But for one such as me, one who dwells between worlds, it is quite priceless.
We wish to know more of what you do. Teach us, for we are attuned to spirituality to a degree. We wish to know more of this spirituality. Will you teach?
Give me the box.
And I hand him the box.
He pulls the stone out, and the second he touches it, once again you see his real face kind of superimposed over the body that he has taken for a moment, and it glows with like a kind of a golden light for a second. And he says, "You are friends to the reconciled now.
Yes.
We will do business again. Yes, I'm sure of it. And when we do, perhaps we can teach you more of the secrets of defying death. These are yours." And he throws you the remaining jewelry.
Great.
And then he starts shuffling off into the mist.
Okay. We
And
did
then
it.
He's gone. And Juliet is the last one to say something in today's episode. Juliet, what do you say? As he shuffles off into the mist.
Hand on Valkos' shoulder. It's true what they say. You really are the closer.
Yes. Yes.
And that is where we will end for tonight. You guys have successfully completed a score and earned 6 coin.
Yeah.
Congratulations. Excellently done. You have, I think, made a new ally with the Reconciled.
Nice.
So I'm going to go ahead and add that you have a +1. The Reconciled will be helpful with you now. And that means that if you want to learn more about some of their attunement techniques, you can do so. You can learn that.
That's awesome.
So I will go ahead and put that into our Roll20 so that you can see that very easily. I want to thank my players once again, Salim, Josephine McAdam, and Ross Bryant. Awesome gameplay today, guys.
Thank you.
I don't know how we made it through it.
I'm gonna be haunted by Ross's dice for a little while.
Oh man, yeah, something ethereal was moving in my dice today.
Yeah. All right, goodbye, players, and goodbye, Glass Cannon Naish. We will see you next time. Thanks for everything. We'll be back with more Haunted City next week. Bye-bye.